I'm going to talk about the rubric used for the response essays, and most of the information for the response essays will be detailed here. When we meet in class next week, I will give you some additional details about how you will analyze the piece of literature that you've chosen, and those analyses we will practice in class together. So I'm going to make this the screen a little bit bigger so you can see this, but it will be also on the Moodle. So here we have response essays can be completed on 2 of these, the list of different types of books that we're going to talk about this semester, and you can do up to 4. So these are 2 of your optional assignments if you choose to do that. For each of the essays, you will read the chapter and the accompanying article, and you'll read at least 1 trade book recommended within the chapter or approved by the instructor. So there's times when Russell recommends books that, or doesn't recommend books that you and I might both see as quality literature. But if it's not a book that's recommended within the chapter, please check with me before you do your essay on that book. They can be either picture books or chapter books, so plan ahead, because if you have to do a chapter book, you want to be able to complete reading the book. The essays are due at various points throughout the semester, and I'll reiterate this in class, but I am not tied to these dates. I think that you will want to look ahead, see what works best for you, and plan to submit your 2 required essays sometime around the time when we are discussing the books. So obviously, if you're going to go with realistic fiction and nonfiction, those are not types of books that we are reading until the end of the semester. But also keep in mind that we will have a number of our major assignments. Our major assignment will be due at the end of the semester as well. So try to plan ahead and think about when it will work best for you. The essays will be graded on these elements here. So the quality of the writing, including conventions and presentation. But I'll also be looking at your organization. I'll be looking at whether or not you have references to the trade book, to the academic article, and to the chapter from the book. When you make these references, they should be properly cited in text, and you will need to include a reference list. So, for example, if I am writing my response essay on the book Alexander and the Very Good, No Good, Horrible Day, I will reference Vjorst as the author of that book in the body of my essay, but then I will also have an APA reference to Alexander at the end of the book, at the end of the essay. What I want to see is a deep reflection of your own thoughts and opinions about the materials you have read, relating to teaching children with the materials within these readings. In addition, you'll do a brief analysis of the trade book. So you can analyze using the structures of the book. This we will talk about next week in class on pages 195 to 200 in Russell. The quality of the writing, the quality and style of the illustrations, how well the elements of the book work together, the usefulness of the book within a classroom, and or a more critical analysis of the book. And there are 2 other ways that we will look at literature next week in class on November 7th, and then I'll remind you that that's what I'm looking for. So I either want to see you refer to this in Russell or these 2 other critical analyses within the book. And then a pragmatic reflection on your own practice as a prospective teacher. How would you use this type of book within your classroom, specifying the grade level, and how do you think this would benefit students? Now here's the hard part. is you need to keep each essay to 1,000 words or less. So you think about all the different things that I'm asking you to do, and you realize that I am not asking for a great deal of depth, yet I am asking for you to use your words wisely so that you can go into your own thoughts and opinions, as well as an analysis of the book, as well as a reflection on your own practice with it. Okay, again, we'll talk about the different types of analyses in class next week, but this is an introduction to the response essays, and you can start looking ahead and thinking about which two you will want to do.